everyone and welcome to this video. So in this video I'm going to be setting up a shelf for my manga because I needed some space for my manga. Originally it was kept somewhere else and then there wasn't enough room there, so I'm moving it into a new shelf in my bedroom, which is exciting. Now I actually have already set up the shelf. I filmed an intro before this, but the video was kind of not savable, so I just decided to refilm the intro and talk about it here. So I unfortunately can't show the shelf before it's done, but I can show a picture of it, which luckily I took beforehand. So it is just a standard Billy bookcase from IKEA. It does have one height extension and it's in black because all the furniture in my room is black. I sort of had a plan going into it, and basically the way this video is going to work is I'm going to start on the top shelf, which is what I had the firmest idea of what I was doing, and then kind of work my way down the shelves. And I'm going to show the organisation of it, and then I also have some lights to put up, which I have already put up, but you'll see that happening, and then I'm going to go through each shelf and explain the thought process between, or behind even, the organisation. So yeah, I hope it's interesting. Oh, so I would like to apologise for the lighting because where it is in the room is it's very, very dark, so the lighting isn't the best, but you can still see what I'm doing, and I guess that's what matters. But yeah, I just wanted to apologise that, and it gets better obviously once I have the lights up. So yeah, without further ado, on to the video. Okay, so it's been a couple days since I've actually set this up, so now I'm going to go through and explain everything. Obviously, a couple of things have changed because it's been a couple days, so like some things I just decided I wanted a different way in that time. But yeah, I'm not going to go through every like series that's on here because I want to do a separate tour video just for my own, like, so I can look back at it, I guess, instead of being part of this video. But I just will go over what each shelf kind of is because there is a system. I don't know if it will make sense to anyone else, but it makes sense to me. And I would also like to apologise because I'm just going to hold the camera while showing this rather than having a still cam. But you saw the reorganisation of it in the still cam, so it's fine. So this top shelf is all my like slice of life, romance, drama, all like regular everyday life stuff. And I just decorated it with a few things. I did move Our Dreams at Dusk over here because the colours matched this, and this is all like colourful and pretty, and then this is like black and white, and then this is like the only Japanese series I have, and when I bought it, it came with like a special edition one that has a connecting cover, and I really wanted to display it, so while I have this space I'm displaying it. And then this is a shikashi from a series called Butai ni Sake, I believe is how you pronounce it, and it's by the same author as Sasaki Milno. So yeah, I really like that series, so I put a little board on it. And yeah, that's basically this shelf. And then going down, this is my like fantasy / historical / magical shelf, just because I really wanted to put the Madoka figures up here, so I put the magical girl stuff here too. And they kind of fit the theme, so it was okay. This one also has changed. This one I think has changed the most out of any shelf. The rest are pretty much the same, which is I moved these so they're like actually standing up. I was a bit worried about that because I was worried about them falling over, but I think they're fine. It's been a couple of days and they're fine. And then I moved To Your Eternity over here because it matched the colour scheme. But yeah, so that is that shelf, and obviously we have a little Sylveon, which I didn't actually show. I did do that during the time, but I didn't show me doing it. And then I moved the Madoka over here because this is in like the corner of my room, so I can see it better that way. And yeah, that is basically that shelf. Also, in case you're wondering, yes, this space is like very yellowed. It's not the lighting, it just looks like that. But yeah, and then the next shelf down is my Yona of the Dawn shelf, because of course I'll have a Yona of the Dawn shelf, like why wouldn't I have one? And this one's, you know, pretty self-explanatory. Oh, I forgot to say that I obviously put some covers on display that I really like. So this one, Sasaki Milano, and then this one of the Apothecary Diaries, just because the colour scheme really matched, and I do really like this cover. And then this one I've obviously done the same, and I really like this because the colour schemes match really well. Like for the like plushies that are around it. With this one, I wanted to put this one on display for sure because this is my favourite cover of Yona of the Dawn, and then I wanted something kind of equal distance, so that's why this one, and also because Yuna and Yona are like actually my favourite characters, and I think their relationship is so precious, and I just, it's so cute. So I put this one on display as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that in the future as I get more volumes, because obviously I'm missing quite a few, like everyone I feel like. So yeah, that is that shelf. Pretty simple, but I like it. Cool, moving on to this shelf. This is my only like creator shelf, and the main reason behind that is because Pandora Hearts is my favourite series, and I also have Case Study of Vanitas, and because Pandora Hearts is my favourite series, I have a lot of random stuff for it, so I just decided to give it its own shelf. So that's this. I was a little bit unsure about these clear files, but I like it better now that I've put this up rather than having it down on the ground, so it just kind of fills up the black space, because the reason this shelf is taller is so it could fit the illustration book, which I wasn't planning on putting on display, but it worked out that I'm putting it on display, which makes me happy because I literally love this book so much. These are just two little figures that came with special editions of Pandora Hearts. Oh, we just hit very lights. And this I forgot about when I was setting it up, but this is like a little music box that plays the melody from Pandora Hearts, and I forgot I had it, and it was on my desk, and I realised, so I put it there. And I really like this shelf. It's probably going to be changing, but I also am still missing volume 4 of Case Study, so that's going to change quite a lot, but there's still some room to shift things along, so it's okay. And then moving on to the next shelf, this one's a little bit odd. It's basically like historical Britain is what I'm kind of calling it, because it's got Black Butler and the Elven Fairy, which are both series that are set in like, I believe 19th century Britain. But there's also Hyoka here because it fit the colour scheme, and I needed something to put in this place, and also Haruo Makoto, who literally do not fit this theme whatsoever, but they're there just because they match the colours. I put this one on display because I like this one the most. Matching the colour scheme, it would have been 2, but 2 is my least favourite cover, and I just really like this cover. And I actually reversed, normally I put it going 1, 2, 3 rather than 3, 2, 1, but I did that because the back of this matches better than volume 3, because volume 3 is like orange and it looked really weird. And this cover's on display because it's my favourite cover that I have with me. I don't have every volume, so I'm missing my actual favourite one, but I do actually like Lizzie, unpopular opinion, I know, but I actually think she's alright. So I just really like this cover, and this Altari like matches perfectly, so I just thought it was pretty. So yes, and that is that shelf. And then the last shelf was sort of the leftovers, but they sort of match in theme because it's like action and supernatural series. And I ended up picking them this side just because it makes the whole shelf more balanced. So we have those various ones, and it's just basically in alphabetical order. There's no real order to it. And then I put Toilet Bandana Cookin here, and I put this cover on display because it's my favourite cover that I have, and it's pretty. It doesn't really match the colours, but this whole shelf doesn't really have a colour scheme, so it's fine. And then I put these two covers on display because I just need something to fill the space, and I ended up changing this alpaca out. It was originally a purple one, but now it's a white one. And this cover, if you're wondering, is a Loot Crate exclusive one, which is why it's different to the regular origami cover. I've had this for a while now. And yeah, and then I just put these two little figures here because they matched and it was cute. So yeah, that is basically the shelf. And there is also one more shelf, which is, you know, room to grow. I decided not to use it because my bed is like right here, so it actually covers it. So that will be room to grow in the future. But yeah, that was basically the shelf organisation. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I guess if you have any tips for how to change things. Obviously, I really like this, which is really bad because everything in this shelf is going to be changing because none of these series, almost none of these series are completed. Like, there's a couple, but pretty much all of them are missing volumes. So I don't know why I did this, why I made it so pretty, and now I'm going to have to change it. But here we are. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.